Okay, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and start with my primer. I'm using the e.l.f. Poreless Primer. I'm just going to go ahead and put some on the back of my hand. Just a little bit, just enough. I'm going to dab it on my face. Mostly on my cheekbones, my nose, and my eyelids. I also use it as eyeshadow primer. I will put a little bit on my forehead because I do have blackheads there. We're just going to go ahead and blend that in with our hands. Okay. The next step is I'm going to go in with the Fit Me foundation in shade 102. It's like a really light shade, and because I don't have any concealer at the moment, I'm just going to put some on my finger and use it as concealer underneath my eyes. You definitely don't want to use too much on your under eyes because you will have to blend it in, and you definitely don't want it to be like hecka cakey. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my chin as well and my upper lip. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna go Next step is I'm going to take my 115 shade of also Fit Me foundation by Maybelline. And I'm going to go ahead and put some of that on my hand like I did the primer. Not too much, but you definitely don't want to go in again. So I'm just going to do like a little dollop, about that big. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fingers once again and just dab it on my face. On my cheekbones, I do like the dice 5 dots on my cheeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do one on my chin, and it goes all the way up my upper lip. I do one dot on one little streak on my nose. I didn't put enough on my hand. And then I'll just do a few dots on my forehead so that I can get a nice even shade. I'm going to go back in with my beauty blender and blend this out. And I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. Awesome. So now that I have my foundation completely blended in with my wonderful handy dandy little beauty blender, the next step I'm going to do is my eyebrows. So the next step is eyebrows. So I'm going to go ahead and use my She eyebrow gel. I got this from Ulta online, so I don't really know what shade it is, but it is a gel pot eyeliner, or eyebrow gel. Looks like this. It's a nice brown. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my e.l.f. eyebrow duo brush with the spoolie and the actual brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and brush up my eyebrows. I normally do like the what kind of face, but it's really bad for like your creases if your foundation hasn't set. Just gonna go ahead and brush out my eyebrows. Alrighty, so now that I've brushed out my eyebrows, I want to go ahead and take the brush and start with my underline on this side. So let's go ahead and get that started. I'm gonna go ahead and do light strokes. You definitely don't want to go too heavy on your bottom line because you want them to look even, and you definitely don't want them to look so thick that they look fake. Like, you definitely don't want that line to be too thick. It's also harder to blend out. And I'm just going to go ahead and morph those together with the brush. Then I'm going to take this spoolie and fan it out so it looks a lot more natural. Okay, and I'm going to do my fade in the front. I'm just going to continue that line and just kind of lightly brush over it and brush it up like this. Eyebrow 1 is done. I'm going to go ahead and do my other eyebrow off camera. Eyebrow number 2 is done, and I know this is a big like no-no in the beauty community when it comes to your eyebrows, but I hate using concealer because I get that halo and I just don't like it. So I don't do it because I actually try really hard to get my eyebrows even. Alright, so our next step is eyes. So we're going to go ahead and go in with the Essence Spice Up Your Life palette, and I want to go in with the shade Cha-Cha Sriracha, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to take a mildly fluffy brush. You don't want to go with like a big blending brush, like something that you would normally use to like blend in your shades. Just like a light little angled fluffy brush. It's still pretty fluffy. I'm going to go in with that shade Cha-Cha Sriracha, and I'm going to put it on my crease. Sorry, I don't really talk when I do my eyeshadow. I'm just super, like, I freak out easy when it comes to my eyeshadow. So you want to make sure that that color is really pigmented because that's going to be your transition shade in between your crease line and your upper line. The next shade that we're going to go in with is in the same palette. The shade name is Mulled Wine. It's like a maroon shade. And you want to put this in your outer third and your inner third. So right where that piece is, you definitely don't want to use that because we are going to do a spotlight eye today. So you want to try to make it get as dark as possible in your outer corners so that it brings that middle piece out. The next shade that we're going to go in with is from the Nightingale Pretty Vulgar palette. And we're going to go ahead and go in with this All Nighter shade. And it is a black, so you have to be very careful when using blacks. We are putting this on the extreme outer thirds, so it's going to overlayer. Okay, so the last part of this eyeshadow look, I want to take the shade Curry in a Hurry with a flat brush and put it in the middle to make this a spotlight. Alrighty. And now that that's done, I want to take a big fluffy brush and go back in with the shade Cha-Cha Sriracha and just kind of blend that piece out because you definitely don't want it to be too bold. And I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera. Next step is going to be our eyeliner. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my Maybelline New York Define-A-Line in Ebony Black, and I'm going to do my waterline on my bottom lash, and then I'm going to do my waterline on my top lash. Now after you do your bottom line, you definitely want to take that smudger that comes on the back of it and smudge it just a little bit. Not too much because you don't want it to be too dramatic. But you definitely want to make sure that it blends in with that top black. And I'm just going to go in just a little bit. I'm not really going to do a wing liner, which is not like me at all. I'm just going to go about halfway on the top and a little over half on the bottom. And I'm going to use my mascara to make it look like my lashes are a lot fuller, and that's a big trick that we like to use. Alrighty, so now that that part's done, we're going to go in with our Revlon Mega Multiplier, and it's in the shade Brown. We're going to go ahead and apply that to our lashes, and it'll make our lashes seem fuller. Oh geez. If that happens, just go ahead and try and blend it in because normally it'll just make it look like a nice little fade. Whoops. And we're just gonna put on our mascara. Fills in that bottom line and it makes our eyes look a lot more open because we don't have it all the way. Awesome possum. So now that we have that, we're done with our eyes. Next step is contour. Contour. So we're gonna go ahead and take our Wet n Wild Destroyed contour palette. It's a pressed powder. I know it's broken. And we're gonna take the darker shade and we're gonna sketch out our cheekbones. Alrighty, so now that we've got that, we wanna make sure that we also contour our outer hairline so everything blends in really nicely. Alrighty, and I already contoured my jawline, so I'm going to take a big fluffy brush that normally you'd use for foundation, and I'm just going to go ahead and use that windshield wiper and circle motions to blend it out. I generally don't contour my nose because my nose is already really petite and it's already like really good for my face shape, so I really don't like contouring my nose, so I don't normally do it. All right, now that's done. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Hello Halo Mega Glow from Wet n Wild, and I'm just going to dab this right here. Look at that shine. Look at that. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. I do put highlighter on my nose though. That's the weird part. Doop, doop, doop. Doop, doop. Doop, 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 doop. I make weird noises too. And we're gonna go ahead and go back in with that beauty blender and just blend it in. For that soft glow, I don't really want like a really bright halo. I just want a little halo. It also kind of spreads it out a little better, I find. Highlight's done. The only thing that's left is my lipstick. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Unfathomable Pro Matte, and I'm going to start with my bottom lip. Alrighty, so we're just gonna go ahead and make our initial line down the center and strike it out. After that, we're gonna go on the sides. The lines don't have to necessarily touch. And paste it on the top. You can go ahead and fill it in. And adjust it as needed. Mix it up just a little bit. Let's go ahead and do our top lip. ASMR style. Okay, so I believe this look is completed. Go ahead and hit the big red button if you'd like to see more videos from me, and give me a big thumbs up. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Hit that red button on the bottom that says subscribe on it if you would like to see more videos from me. Hit a big like button if you'd like to see more videos and more tutorials on themed makeup. Thank you so much, my loves. Bye!